Hi everyone, it's Dinara here. Welcome back to my channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Today I wanted to share about fighting an imposter syndrome. I remember one guy telling me that I'm not an expert to run my own IELTS classes, that I'm not a native speaker, that my English is not that good and I don't have enough qualifications. And every time I want to start something new, I think of these words and I ask myself and doubt myself whether I'm good enough, whether I'm smart enough, whether I have enough qualification. And when I started sharing my fears with other people, I found out that many of us have this syndrome, and I did a little research and I realized that women and minorities especially, they fight with this syndrome and they always think whether they're good enough. They are afraid that they will be exposed and someone will tell them, oh, you are at the wrong place, you don't deserve this job, even if they do, even if they have enough qualifications, even if they are better than others in what they do. That is why today I wanted to share my tips on how I fight imposter syndrome, and maybe it will be helpful for you too. So please keep watching. So the first tip would be to stop comparing yourself with other people, because what people share on their Instagram pages, on Facebook, is only good stuff. No one will post how they failed. No one will post their messy kids fighting with each other. No one will post how they are afraid all the time to start something new. So you have this image that other people, they have this perfect lives and it's only you who have this fear, who is afraid of something, who is not good enough and qualified enough. But actually this is not true. And just think of yourself. Do you post bad things on Instagram? No, but it doesn't mean that you don't have bad moments, and the same with everyone else. Everyone, even celebrities and superstars, they have this fear, they have this feeling, they have these failures, and if they don't post it, it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Whenever people drop out from my course and I start feeling that I'm not doing my best or that I'm not good enough, I think of big corporations like Apple. They also have failures. They produce products like Apple Newton, which were not as successful as their other products. So I realized that even big corporations, even big stars, they fail, and it's okay. You just need to move on. The second thing that helps me is remembering a quote by my basketball coach, who used to say that winning is not our goal. Our goal is to do our best, to play our best, and the outcome will be winning. I think the same about my projects, and I don't think whether I'm going to win, whether I'm going to do this and that. I think and ask myself, did I do my best? And when the answer is no, I try to do my best and to raise to the standards, to the high standards that I have for myself. And then I let it go, because the outcome is not dependent on me. I did my part of the job, I did my part of the deal, and the rest is just going to happen as it should. But I know that I did my best, and I will not have regrets that, oh, I should have done it better, I should have put more effort. I never do have these regrets, because I always try to do my best when it's possible. At the same time, if you want to do your best in every single thing you do, it's hard also, and you can be burned out, so you have to prioritize. And sometimes you can say, okay, better done than perfect. And the same happened with me when I was writing an article. I couldn't produce anything good, and I felt that this is a shitty article, I can do better. But at that moment I didn't have capacity. And then I just sent whatever I had to the editor, and we worked together. She spent a whole hour with me on the phone explaining how it can be improved, and at the end we had a beautiful piece. The third thing you have to remember always is that you are a whole person and you are worthy, you are enough just because you exist on this planet. Your achievements, your fears, your failures, they don't define you. If you are here on this planet, you have a right to be here. You have a right for unconditional love and acceptance by others. You don't have to prove anything to anyone and to yourself too. You just have to love yourself as you are. not because you did this cool project, not because you were published in some cool magazine, not because you earned X amount of money. You are worthy and you are enough just because you are. The fourth important thing is to talk about imposter syndrome, because many people, they think that it's only them who have this syndrome, because no one talks about that. No one talks how they are afraid, how they don't feel good enough. And for that, you just need to create a chat or share with the people that you trust that you have this problem, and maybe they can open up too, and then you'll feel that you're not alone, you are not an exception. Almost everyone has this syndrome at a certain period of time, maybe not all the time, but everyone, I think, even once had this syndrome. So whenever you help others to talk about that, whenever you create support groups, communities, and you can share it, you will feel a relief. The next thing you can do is to make a success diary where you can put small highlights and achievements every day, and then whenever you feel down, you could read it. Our brain is wired in a certain way that we only focus and remember negative things, and it's hard to focus on good things. And actually, I got this advice from Sheryl Sandberg's book. She is working for Facebook, and she said that when she was in depression after her husband died, she was writing this journal, the success journal, and sometimes she would put like, today I got out of the bed, and she would consider that a success for the day, because at her condition at that time, this was a success. And it doesn't have to be something big, something outstanding, some big projects, money, like some big things. It's just everyday things, and I'm sure that every day you have some small achievements that you can be proud of. You just have to be aware of that, you just have to notice that and put it in a diary. And the final thing you can do is to transform your fear into action, because I noticed that whenever I'm afraid but I start doing it, the fear goes away by itself. You have to realize that you will be never ready enough. You will never have a perfect time to start something new. You will never have enough qualifications and degree, because many people think that, oh, I'm going to finish these courses, I'm going to earn my degree, I'm going to do this and that, and then I can start this thing that I wanted to do for such a very long time. The best things that I started and that I'm doing happened when I was not ready, I was afraid, I wasn't feeling good enough. For example, when I started my channel, I thought, who is going to listen to the thoughts of the girl from Kazakhstan who is not even a native speaker and she runs a channel in English? That's absurd. And also when I started publishing articles in the journals, when I just started writing, I thought, I don't have a journalist diploma or a writer's diploma. I don't have even an experience. All I did was writing in my journals. Also, when I started my business, I thought, I don't have enough experience. I always worked for nonprofits. How I'm going to run this? I don't know anything about business and corporate world. But you know what? My channel has 4,000 views now, and I have a lot of views outside of Kazakhstan, and also my articles are published in several portals and magazines, and my business is earning money, and we increase our revenue each month. And I think that all these fears that I had, all the thoughts that I had of whether I'm good enough or not, I just transformed them into action, and I started doing. I started writing, I started doing the business, and I started just recording the videos for my YouTube channel. Whenever you feel the syndrome, whenever you feel that you're not good enough for something, just remember that you are. You are good for anything, and you can use any of these tips in order to overcome the syndrome and start actually doing something.